with head coach Todd Knight, coach of the Newberry Wolves, as well as Cash, assistant coach of the Newberry Wolves. After the first scrimmage, had some big plays, both offense and defense. What are some things you saw tonight that you really liked?
Well, there's no doubt we can score some points. Defensively, we're very talented. We just got to polish up a couple of things. You know, the way I've always looked at it when I was calling plays on defense over the years going against Coach Barn and our offense, I always used that as the benchmark, saying, look, if you can slow that crowd down, you can beat anybody. And tonight is a great example of it. You know, I think that Coach Flynn, he's still got a little work to do with the defense, but golly, they're so talented. They'll have a great scrimmage before this thing's all said and done. They'll bounce back. I know they will. But tonight, offensively, they really got after it.
Have you ever seen a first scrimmage like this where the offense was so sharp? That's one of the things I've noticed. We've always had a sharp defense in the first scrimmage, but tonight the offense was extremely crisp.
Well, there's a lot of carryover value from spring ball. These kids retained so much, so many returners from spring ball that really the first day they got out here and executed almost half of the offense day one in camp. So they're way, way ahead of the curve right now.
Who are some of your first teamers on both sides of the ball that you expected big things from and saw them tonight?
Well, Ehrlich, I thought, had a great night. Deion Bryant at tailback, I'm real excited about him. It's almost like a 1-2 punch at the tailback spot. You know, right now we've got 2 or 3 guys that can carry the football, but Deion's really kind of getting it done for us. At the receiver spot, you know, Brandon Bostic, he's been the man here for a while, and he proved tonight he still is, and I'm looking for a couple more good years out of him.
All right, and then moving on down to the 2s and 3s, some guys who got plenty of reps tonight, plenty of live action they may have not seen before at this speed, at the collegiate speed. Who are some guys that really stood out?
I think Mario Carter ran the ball extremely well tonight. You know, he's a transfer from Presbyterian, so he's got some game experience. At the receiver spot, Ed Gilliard caught a great bomb down the sideline for a touchdown. Very excited about seeing that young man really kind of flourish right now for us. You know, and defensively, you know, guys like Joe Smith, gray stripe guy at linebacker, made a great sack tonight and made some tackles for a loss. Ron Parker, preseason All-American, made a play in the end zone that you look at that play and you go, yeah, I understand now. Yeah, he is an All-American after you see things like that. So some great highlights tonight, yes.
And then on the special teams, we've talked about how the kicking game need to improve. I think we only had 2 missed kicked all night. They had a lot of opportunities when some of the offense got stopped in the short yardage situations, making them from both hashes with a lot of different guys. How do you think that's improved, and how do you think we need to go with that?
I think our kicking game's already better than it was last year. You know, with Mark Faubel, our new kicking coach, is really getting us going right there. And young kid, Ruben Perez, I think does a great job. Strong leg. He's still got some butterflies, of course, being a freshman, but he can hit it. You know, Brett Blackman tonight, a returner, you could tell he just walked out, knocked it down. Real happy for him because I'm looking for a big year out of him.
And then we'll have one more scrimmage, I'm assuming, before we hit the field for real against Livingstone. Some things overall we need to improve in between now and that scrimmage and Livingstone.
Well, we'll have one on Wednesday, and then we'll have one the following Saturday, but that one will basically be against a scout team look, lining up all of Livingstone's things. That'll be a last day polish up type of deal. But between now and next Wednesday, what I'd like to see us do is sharpen up a little bit with some mental mistakes and try to get some flags off the field and keep them in the pockets of the referees. You know, defense jumping offside, some illegal procedure on offense. Typical things for your first scrimmage. Hopefully all that'll go away within a week.
Talk a little bit about our fan and media day we had today. Almost forgot to ask you about that. We had a great crowd for both of them, had a lot of cameras for the media day, lots of families out here for fan day. Talk a little bit about that.
I thought it was a great turnout. You know, we had blow-ups for the kids, Duncan booth, music, all the seniors and captains were signing posters. So many kids came out here today, and I really think they had a great time. I know my boys did. Cash had a great day, had his face all painted up, and I thought it was just great. You know, 4 or 5 television cameras here out of Columbia, and just an outstanding day, and then just topped it off tonight with a great scrimmage.
Can you have a better day in the preseason than a day like today?
Well, I don't know. I've not had one yet, so this is it for me so far.
All right, well, we'll talk to you again after the scrimmage on Wednesday.
Thank you, John.
Right, we're with Chase Gamble, second-team preseason all-conference tackle for the Newberry Wolves after the first scrimmage of the preseason. How do you think the offense did in tonight's scrimmage?
Well, we wanted to come out and just pretty much execute. That was our goal tonight, was to execute and be physical. And as an offensive line, returning every one of our starters, that was our main goal. We all got bigger and stronger this summer, and we just wanted to go out and dominate.
Specifically on the first unit that you're on, how do you think you guys did tonight? You matched up against the ones, the twos, a little bit of everybody. How do you think you did?
I think we did good, and it progressively got better. We train every day more than you could probably imagine, and it just shows once the defensive line started getting tired, that's when we really start excelling and dominating.
And then when you were watching the twos and threes, who are some of the guys you thought stood out and may have made a move up the depth chart tonight?
I seen Russell Feaster, who really hasn't practiced much because he was ineligible, and he's finally got eligible, and I seen him hitting some heads, and Ben Hyder also, which I think he got hurt, but he looked like he done some good things today too.
What are some things you think you can improve on in between now and the Livingstone game to make sure that we come out of that game with a victory and get on to a good start in the season?
Just execution. We just need to polish up a few things. I mean, we hit it full stride. We came in camp, and we really didn't look like we missed a beat. It's the first season. You know, first day of practice, we was hitting every play, we knew it, and we just got to polish up on the little things. That's pretty much it.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We're with Edward Gilliard, wide receiver for the Newberry College Wolves. Had a couple of big catches in the scrimmage tonight. How do you think you did? And tell us a little bit about some of those catches.
I think I did pretty good. I mean, it was pretty easy catches, but, you know, just had a good time out here tonight, just coming out practicing with the fellas.
How do you think you've improved this preseason from coming in out of the summer, a little bit of a break? Got to get ready for the season. How do you think you've done so far?
I did pretty good. I mean, I need to get a little bit better condition right now, but going pretty well.
And then what are some things you think you can do to help move up and make sure that you're pushing for that starting role every week? What are some things you can improve on?
Just keep on getting in better condition and just catching some more balls and working on my speed off the line of scrimmage.
What are some things you guys as the receivers have talked about improving upon before Livingstone to make sure we come out of that game with a victory?
Just correcting all our mistakes and just catching the ball and making plays.
All right, well, it was a pleasure watching you out here tonight. Look forward to talking to you again soon.
Thank you.
We're with Eli Charles, defensive end for the Newberry Wolves. First time we've got to speak to you in a Newberry uniform. Transfer from Florida State. Made a couple of big hits in the backfield tonight, blew up a few plays, had a lot of quarterback hurries. How do you think you've done so far this preseason? How do you think you did tonight?
I think I did very well. Just did what the coaches wanted me to do, and that's be disruptive and be disciplined by doing the plays that they call. And preseason went very well for me also.
How is it getting used to a new system? I mean, you've had a little bit of a journey playing at Florida State and then wrestling for us last semester, completely different than everything you're doing now. Doing well at that and then coming into something new with spring ball. How do you think you've transitioned along?
I transitioned pretty well because, you know, I was varsity on wrestling and I'm a starter now. So, you know, just by the accolades of those two, you know, shown that I transitioned very well thanks to my coaches and teammates.
And then who are some other guys on the defensive line, and specifically who you think showed up today? And maybe not some guys who are with you, but some younger guys in the twos and threes who may have made a name for themselves and helped move up the depth chart tonight.
Definitely Jason Myers as the defensive end, and Brandon McCall, and then also in the defensive tackles, transfer, I forgot, Obata. Yeah, Obata. They're looking very well and look to add depth into the D-line.
And then what are some things that you guys are talking about improving upon in between now and the Livingstone game to make sure we come out with a victory that game and get off to a good start to the season?
We're just trying to crack down on the inmates and play assignment football, be more disciplined because we're very athletic and very talented. We're just making sure that we're doing everything we can within our scheme to make sure that we're 100%.
All right. Thank you very much. Look forward to talking to you again soon.
Thank you. God bless you.